Hello, my beautiful souls. I am the Awakened Dreamer, and I'm here to give you your daily tarot reading for Saturday, December the 12th. And I do want to, of course, take this moment to express my gratitude and appreciation, as always, for your likes and comments, and if you're new to the channel, your subscriptions as well. And I meditated on the energy overall for the collective before beginning the reading for the day, of course. And the message that came through was watch and learn. Watch and learn. And I feel like it's going to be a very sleepy day, but also very creative at the same time. But let's get started. Let's first pull a message or two from the wisdom of the Oracle deck. I always want to say wisdom of the Oracle deck. All right, so let's see here. Let's do some shuffling first. Bear with me, I'm picking up on the sleepy energy of the day. Let's do one more shuffle. Alrighty, Spirit, what do we have to start off this daily read for Saturday, December the 12th? Thank you, Spirit. For Saturday the 12th. We got some there. First one, mending. It feels like there is a situation with an individual or a group of people where you need to forgive them or mend the situation in some way, shape, or form. But it feels like even if it's not a present issue, there's something, at least in the beginning of the day or at some point, that you will be thinking about this situation. Hoping maybe for a resolution, or hoping to kind of, it feels like for some of you, you want to kind of rewind and redo a situation differently. But I mean, you can't change the past, right? So all you can really do to be productive moving forward is learn and grow from what happened and, you know, make different choices moving forward. And then flexible. Ooh, and interesting that we were just talking about mending. It's already relating to the overall message of watch and learn. So flexible. This is coming through in regards to your daily routine. It feels like a lot of us have a way that we wake up and start our day and, you know, continue through it and accomplish what we need to. But it feels like for some things that we need to accomplish, maybe just kind of try to get into a flexible mindset where you allow for things to happen when they're meant to, rather than when you kind of foresaw them happening. But it also feels like you're trying to, throughout the Saturday, you'll try to be juggling more than you can kind of handle throughout the day with your kind of sleepy way of being. And then truth be told. So truth be told, it feels like throughout the day, we're each individually going to come to a conclusion or a revelation, about something or somebody that we've been looking for, or maybe you weren't looking for it, but it just came to you and it was just kind of like, oh, well, okay, all right. This helps me understand this person a little bit better, or this situation, or why things, you know, happen the way they did. For some of you, you're simply going to learn something, you know, I was all about knowledge, learn something new about you, or learn something new about somebody else, or a situation teaches you something very important about you on a soul level. And then we have by the book. This is coming through as learning from your own mistakes or learning from other people's mistakes. You know, going back to the overall message of watch and learn, it does feel like for the people who are drawn to this video, who kind of decide to do their own thing to, you know, not kind of follow their families or society's ideal, you know, life path. It just feels like that's on your mind throughout this day, or it comes into play in one way, shape, or form. Or you could be simply throughout the day, if the roles are reversed, be thinking about somebody else who isn't following things by the book or how most people would accomplish whatever it is. Interesting. Let's continue by doing some shuffling so we can pull 4 tarot cards for the day. One shuffled down. Second shuffle. Alrighty, Spirit, what do we have to continue this daily read for the 12th? For Saturday, please. Keep them coming. And I'm seeing the Queen of Swords at the bottom of the deck before we even pull the last one. And you know, she's a bad bitch. She's all about cutting people, places, and situations out of your life when need be. When you realize this or that or this person or whatever it is no longer working for you. And I feel like that is going to be somewhat of your mindset, or maybe you'll be at the very least thinking about when you were in this mindset, you know, the changes you made. You started swiping, you know, with that sword and cutting people, places, and situations out in the past. And maybe sort of reevaluating whether or not evaluating whether or not that was a successful change or adjustment. Interesting. All part of the watching and learning, even if it's watching your own choices from the past. Okay. The Hierophant to start off the 4-card spread in the day. It feels like a very intuitive start to the day where your third eye will just be open to a very attentive, but also very just much noticing details, you know, your surroundings, people, you know, thinking about the past and the present and the future and all the above, and just kind of re-examining certain aspects of your life. And again, how things are unraveling and how certain adjustments and changes have played out. But it's also now coming through as try not to get too distracted, because even though you're sleepy and kind of all over the place time-wise in your mind, you do still have a lot that you need to accomplish throughout the day, and you know that, even though it is a Saturday. And so just try to, it's almost going to be impossible to stay mentally present throughout the entire day, but just do your best to just kind of do what you need to do, learn what you need to learn when you drift to the past or the future, and bring it right on back. So King of Pentacles, to move right along to the second card. So I feel like the first half of the day starts to wrap up and you're feeling very in your power. I feel like it comes from a realization or an understanding about yourself or a situation, but also for a lot of you, could be as well, some recognition and appreciation from clientele or from, you know, for your business or from your boss or a coworker or somebody, just a soul connection. It just feels like in some way, shape, or form, the universe and spirit comes through and raises your vibration a little bit, makes you feel a bit more confident about you. Let's just shift everything on over real quick. And then we're moving on to the second half of the spread / day. And we have the Knight of Swords. And I feel like you start the second half of the day either continuing to do so or, you know, deciding to go after a certain goal, to either continue working on a business or a project or your job or whatever it is for you. Maybe simply just establishing or improving your daily routine or some area of your life in general. But it does feel like everything that happened in the beginning, the first quarter of the day, was necessary to kind of lead you to this sort of boost in your confidence and vibration as you finish the first half of the day, which leads you to feeling good about yourself and your life and where you're heading and what you can accomplish, which will then put you in this mindset, like I was saying, to go after whatever it is you end up going after for you. It's side by side with the flexible card, and it feels like you may have wanted to achieve this earlier in the day. But again, this is part of the day when you're reminded, okay, this is why I had to be flexible. It was meant to happen now, not the beginning. I had to go through all of this to get to this point. And then we finish off the 4-card spread on the day with the High Priestess. And you end the day feeling very, very good about yourself. It's like, it's aligned with this King of Pentacles, and I feel like it's just a different kind of feeling though, where you're sort of like, you're feeling more confident about your spiritual side or about your intuitive side. Or, you know, maybe it has, again, a lot to do with you learning about you, or learning about a situation and feeling like, okay, I did this to the best of my ability. Or you feel like, okay, now I understand this about me on a soul level. And it just makes you feel amazing. You can see there, she's sitting in her power. And so, you know, as much as we like to say, like, stay present, stay mentally present, you know, don't drift to the past or the future too much. It's a good reminder throughout this day that we revisit the past or think about the future for good reasons. It's just a matter of not letting that happen for too long. To just bring yourself back once you learn or grow or whatever takes place that needed to. But I do love that the beginning and the end of the day, we got this kind of third eye imagery going on. So it feels like a day of learning and growing and expanding that third eye and growing the intuition, even if it doesn't need to grow anymore. But remember, just keep watching and learning and doing what you need to today or throughout this. And with that said and done, I once again more than appreciate your likes and comments and subscriptions if you're new to the channel. And I hope this reading was truly helpful. Hope you have the most amazing Saturday, and I'll see you next time. Bye.